There's another occasion. This was snooker. I was hired by, I think, the Sunday Express to do, as I'll say it by what it's usually called in chess, an ELO system for snooker, which is working out ratings for each player depending on his results. The reason they asked me is I knew a lot about that subject and I was well known. So they went looking, they found me, they contacted me. And of course, I made money writing the article. I didn't do the computer work. That was done by a friend of mine, John Adey, who went to live, first of all, in Hong Kong and then in New York. That's where I last saw him. And we devised the system and it worked perfectly well. Not perfectly well, but very well. But I couldn't succeed in interesting the snooker authorities in changing their Grand Prix system, which is admittedly simpler. And basically, there the matter rested. I never tried again. However, I used the system for betting on snooker. I'd go to the betting shop with my tables, look at the ratings of the two players according to my system. That would tell the percentage probability of their winning in the World Championship, because they played long matches there, how many frames they'd be winning by. And I tried betting on that. I couldn't get it to work. I think the reason was because at that time they had an absolutely iniquitous way of taxing people on their winnings in all sports. What they did was they taxed you not on your winnings, but also on how much, on actually how much money you got back. And I think it was 15%. So if you had an even money bet, say £100, you'd get back £200, except there was a tax. And they took 30%, so that was £30. So you only got £170 if you won. And that was much too high a percentage they were taking. So I gave up on the idea and no longer had the information to do it years later, because the government came to its senses and realised they were over-taxing the bookmakers, and everybody was going to the online. So they did away with that tax. It was totally incorrect.